Hey there, it's me again, Rainey Howard, and welcome to our third video in the Health, Wealth, and Love webinar. I'm really excited about this video. This is going to be a powerful video, powerful message. But first, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, all the messages, all the emails, all the comments, the feedback you've been giving me, and just the webinar and all of the things that I've been reading and hearing from you guys. Thank you so much. Continue to share your thoughts, continue to share your testimonies and how this information has had an impact on your life. I love to hear it. I love to connect with you even beyond the webinar, and I'm gonna offer some opportunities for us to do that. But first, I want to get into this video and this message. Let's do a quick recap, just in case, just to get your mind flowing on what we've been talking about. So we've talked about a lot. Some of my pages are sticking now. Bear with me. So our last video, we discussed my daily routine, the mind, body, and spirit routine, and how it has helped me to be motivated on a daily basis. It has inspired me every day, just pouring into my mind, my body, and my spirit every day. It has transformed my life, given me more energy, more wisdom, divine revelation, and it's just through my morning routine. And so I went through that morning routine with you, but there are so many more things that I can share with you about that morning routine and the detailed strategy and how it all comes together. Just don't have enough time to go into it now, but that's just what we started off with last time. We also, and if you missed that last video, you're going to want to go back, look through your emails, and watch that video, because that was a really good one. And then I talked about how important reading is. Reading, as many of you know, is a part of my morning routine. Reading at least 6 minutes a day will help you to reduce your stress by 60%. This is what statistics show. Also, prayer. Prayer helps to improve your attention and planning. So, whatever it is you have going on in your life, applying prayer to it, and it's a strategy, it's a way that you pray to help with your planning, your daily routine. It just helps you to improve your attention, to focus on what's important, what's a priority. Meditation. Whew, I can go so deep into meditation, but time is short. I can only feel so much in these videos. But meditation, it has so many benefits with your health and in your wealth and in your finances. When you meditate, when you reflect on positive thinking, when you meditate on positive words, it helps you to flow. Yesterday, I had a speaking engagement. I had a lot going on this week. In the midst of me recording this webinar and preparing for this webinar, I've had 2 speaking engagements, and I've had appointments all week. So it's been a productive, busy week. And so yesterday, one of my affirmations that I meditated on was, I am worthy to receive. Thank you, God. I am worthy to receive. Thank you, Lord. And I meditated on that. I just meditated on, I am worthy to receive. I am worthy to receive. And as I continue to speak that over my life, I am worthy to receive. I am worthy to receive. I could feel a difference in my spirit. And I was just meditating on that before I went for my speaking engagement. And when I tell you, that was one of the most prosperous speaking engagements I've ever had. I sold out of my books. I had so many people coming up to me and wanting to sign up, and wanting to sign up for a strategy meeting, a consultant strategy meeting with me. And it was just so amazing. And I really believe that it had a lot to do with me preparing myself and going through my daily routine and meditating on positive thinking, meditating on the word. And so I was just meditating. I am worthy to receive. And I thank you, God. You know, everything that God has for you, you are worthy to receive it because he has prepared you for it, because he has predestined you for it. Everything that God has for you, you are worthy to receive it. And when you begin to believe that and know that and walk into that, step into that and own it, you be surprised on what you attract into your life. Exercise is amazing, life-changing. And when I tell you, you need energy when it comes to living in life. Life requires energy. And one of the things I shared yesterday in my message at the speaking engagement is I said, wisdom is knowing what to ignore. Your energy is power. So whatever you give your energy to, if you give your energy to things that you are supposed to ignore, it will drain you of what's needed when things are important. So be careful what you give your energy to. Wisdom is knowing what to ignore. And I think about exercise, it builds more energy. It gives you more energy. And as you build more energy, you gain more energy. You want to be careful how you spend your energy out, how you give your energy and what you give your energy to. Know what to ignore. People come to you with drama and they have all this, oh, look at this, oh, look at what happened. Know what to ignore. Prioritize. Know what to focus on, what not to focus on, because what you focus on, you give energy to. Your energy is like your money. So you don't want to waste your money. You don't want to waste your energy. So I can go into that more, but I can only go so far. But that's what I share as far as energy is concerned. Exercise is so important. So important. Okay, I talked about your mind. I talked about having a healthy mind and how if you don't pour into your mind, you know, my strategy, mind, body, and spirit. If you don't invest in your mind, your body, and your spirit, there are things that will come and try to stop you from moving forward. So you want to watch that. But quickly, I just want to share, when you don't invest in your mind, when you don't cover your mind with positive thinking and meditation and prayer, it opens the door for anxiety, fear, depression, panic. These are things that I went through. And I said you want to stay away from negative news, negative relationships, and negative personal relationships, negative business relationships, and negative thoughts. And when you neglect your spirit, what comes? When you neglect spending time and investing in your spirit, you open a door for a lack of peace, a lack of inner guidance, a lack of faith, and a lack of positive expectation. See, all of these things help with your attitude and your mindset, and it also attracts more positive things to your life. Positive relationships, positive people, positive outcomes. And at the end of the last video, I shared 2 strategy tips. And I mean, I really can't go in depth with these things because there's so much more, but I only have so much time on this webinar. But there's so much more that I want to give you when it comes to this. But just applying these 2 things, you can start seeing a change in your life every morning, writing down your daily desires, your desires for the day versus you worrying about it and stressing over it, or just praying over, having an overseer or like an outline prayer where you're just praying over the basic things, but you're really not going in deep with what it is you really want for that day. But writing those things out and talking to God about them and writing out every night what you are thankful for is powerful. It's powerful, life-changing. And I've seen God move tremendously in my life just from that. I've seen God do great and mighty things. So that was just a quick recap. And I just want to just go into, today's this message is all about the power of positive relationships. I'm going to share some things about that, but I want you to know, I want you to think about everything we've talked about, because this webinar has been about you preparing yourself, investing in your health, wealth, and your finances, going beyond your limitations, going on that higher level, a higher you, a better you just pressing forward and not being limited no more by anybody, but moving forward in what God has called you to do. So let's get into this. I want to first of all start off by talking about your relationships. How do you read people? How do you discern whether this is the right relationship or not? How do you know if this is the right person to go into business with or not? How do you know if this is the person that you are supposed to marry, you're supposed to be with, how do you know? You know, people have that question all the time. They want to know, how do you know? Me, you know, it has been a process to get to the place to where I have a better skill level or quality when it comes to discerning relationships, people, and knowing what to say no to and what not to. You know, many of you know now I'm a best-selling author, published 6 books. Many of them have been #1 Amazon sellers. You know, my businesses have been very prosperous, making over 6 figures in my online businesses, and not including the business that I do offline. Just really have been successful in my career, in my love life, in my marriage. Been married over 15 years now. 2 beautiful children. They're amazing, very smart kids. And, you know, just been able to live the life that, you know, I once dreamed of. And it's been amazing. You know, even in my health life, just now being in a place where I'm healthier, I'm more energetic, I'm more, you know, I'm just more ambitious about what God is doing and where He's leading me to. I've lost over 35 pounds now, and I'm still going strong, building muscle, getting healthy every day, eating right, making sure I'm exercising, taking care of my body, all of those things. It just has been a blessing. And in the midst of that, I've had to learn how to have better relationships. And I've also learned the power of having positive relationships, the power of surrounding myself with amazingly powerful people. And it has been life-changing. And I didn't always know how to read people and how to know, is this the right person? Is that right? Are they right? You know, I didn't always know how to do that. I didn't always have that skill. You know, I was at one point in my life where I was like desperate, you know, when it came to having a relationship in my younger years, desperate for love, desperate for attention, desperate for whoever's available to love me and treat me right or whatever. And so I had I was overly desperate, overly trusting, and just more just trusting with love, and gullible, naive. And so sometimes people can go about that, you know, whether it's in their personal relationship or their business relationship. You can be so trusting and so desperate just to have a business partner, or so trusting or so desperate just to be in a relationship that you're kind of opening yourself just to whoever comes on, whoever seems to give you a lot of attention, or whoever just seems to fit the outer part that you're looking for, you know, the surface of a person. If they meet the surface, then you're like, oh yeah, that's them. Okay, I'm gonna go with that person. Not really knowing how to take your time, how to get to know people, how to use wisdom towards relationships, how to discern, how to really get a clear understanding if this is the right person for you. So I'm going to give you a few tips that you want to look for when it comes to relationships and finding the right person. So you may want to write this down just so you can get an idea. Number 1, I want you to know people, first of all, people give hints. Now, this is when it comes to relationships. Whether it be personal or business. Whether it's personal or business, people give hints. So if you pay attention, because sometimes you can be, when you're in that desperate place and you're like really, really wanting a relationship, you ignore the hints. You ignore those things that people give you. People give you hints about who they are and what kind of person they are. So pay attention to the hints. I love the quote from Maya Angelou. She said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. See, what we often do when we're in that desperate place, when people show us who they are, when they show us their intentions, when they show us who they really are, and that they had other motives, or they were only with you so that they could benefit, they show us that. A lot of times we ignore it. I remember years ago, I had this friend, and I thought she was my best friend, and it came a time when she actually came out and told me that she was jealous of me. And in my mind at that time, I was so focused on, oh, this is my friend, this is my best friend, she has the best interest, that I ignored what she was telling me. And I thought, okay, well, she'll get over it. It's no big deal. And eventually, her being jealous of me had a negative impact on our relationship, and even it was hurtful at the end of our friendship because of how she acted towards me. And I didn't understand, like when I would be reaching out, being kind to her, and she would act, just rude and negative. And so I didn't realize how that stuff was really having an impact on me. I didn't realize that being around people who are jealous of you, or who really out to try to be better than you or compare themselves to you, I didn't realize how much it was not healthy for me, and not healthy for them as well. So pay attention to the hints, because people give hints. Take your time with people. Pay attention to the things they say. Don't ignore it. Don't just say, oh, I don't get, I don't know, like I did. And that leads me to number 2, which leads to don't ignore the signs. Don't ignore the signs. People will show you who they are if you pay attention and not ignore the signs. Don't ignore what they say, what they do, some of their feelings, some of that. Let me tell you something. You want to be in business with people who are positive, just like you want to be in relationship with someone who is positive. If you're in a relationship with someone where you can never come to them and give them some positive feedback or positive, criticism, and say, hey, I saw you did this, I think you should watch out and do that. And if you tell them that and they blow up and they get angry and they oh, you got to walk on eggshells with them, and you can't really be open even if you're coming to them in a loving way, you want to be careful, because that person may be a narcissist, and that person may be somebody who's just all about ego and all about their own personal concern and all about what they think, and not really looking at how the relationship can be beneficial long term. Because in any relationship, you want to look at it from a long term standpoint. You don't want to look at it like, oh, we're just having fun right now, it's a temporary thing, and we'll see how it goes, we'll just see. No, you want to look at how is this person, what they're showing me today, how can this and who they are, how can this grow from a long-term place for a healthy place, and how can this be healthy for my mind, body, and spirit, and how can this be healthy for my health, wealth, and love life. You got to understand that when it comes to relationships. So this is how you are able to pay attention to the hints and not ignore the signs. Okay, you want to take your time and get to know them. Take your time when it comes to business. Take your time. Sit down, have a meeting with them. Pay attention. If the person is always talking and they're never listening. That may be a clear sign, a hint, that they're all about what's best for them. If they're never opening up enough to listen to you and really get to know you and really get to know your desires and what you want to do, if they're not open to your vision and where you're going, if it's all about them and their needs, don't ignore the signs, don't ignore the hints. Take your time and get to know them. See, a lot of times people that are in this desperate place, when they're in this desperate place, they really, they're so desperate that they don't have the patience to take their time. They're so desperate that they don't have the patience to pay attention to the hints that they're given. They're not looking for them because they're desperate to make something happen. They're desperate to go to the next level. They're desperate themselves. So this is how it looks when you are in that desperate place. I've been in that desperate place. I've been in that desperate place before, trust me. And if you've read any of my books, you would know that I've been in that desperate place. One of my books, When God Sent My Husband, talks about me being in that desperate place. So I'm going to show you, this is how it usually looks. Okay. So usually, that's kind of uneven, but okay. Usually when it comes to people, they're either extreme on this end or extreme on this end. So what I mean is they're either desperate, desperate. I don't know if you can see this letter A. They're either desperate and just open, desperate and trusting for any love, relationship, or attention. Okay, so they're either desperate and trusting for any love, relationship, or attention, or they're guarded, closed, and fearful of love. So a lot of people become like this. So they start off, maybe they're desperate. Maybe they're in a toxic situation themselves and they're just open for any kind of love. And they're like, oh, well, he's here. They're giving me attention. Oh, well, they seem like they want to work with me. Oh, they seem like they like, or they seem like this is how it is. So they're like extremely desperate, or they've been hurt. And they've been hurt so bad from being desperate. Now they're extremely guarded and they're closed up and fearful of love. They're fearful to work with people. They're fearful to have a positive relationship. They don't believe real love exists. They don't believe in love. They get so guarded and so closed that they don't want to have anything to do with anyone. So they're usually this way or this way. This is where you want to be. You want to be right here in the middle. You don't want to be extremely desperate and trusting just anybody. You know, the Bible talks about wolves in sheep's clothing. Be careful, because there are some people that look like sheep. They look like they're so loving and light and caring, but they're really out to get you. Or you don't want to be so guarded and closed and fearful and shut down to where you don't even want to have relationships. You don't want to talk to nobody. You're just mad. You just feel like there's no hope. You don't want to be there either, because then you stop what God has for you. Because God uses people to bless you and bless your life. So you don't want to be either one. You want to be in the middle. And this is what the middle looks like. Wisdom, prayerful, and open for love. So, this is where you want to be. You want to be wise. You want to use wisdom. You want to be prayerful about all your relationships. God, I'm connecting with this person now. I'm not sure about them. Show me what you see in them. Show me, confirm with me if this is the right relationship to enter into, if this is a healthy relationship. So you want to be wise, you want to be prayerful, and you want to be open for love, which means you're open to the point to where you're not closed down, but you're not all gullible and just trusting anyone, but you're open to what God would want to do in and through you and through the relationship. So you put God in the center of the relationship. And this is where the spirit of discernment comes in. And I love to talk about the spirit of discernment because it's a knowing. It's an inner knowing. You don't understand how you know, but you know this person is the right person to connect with. I should be moving forward in this situation. I don't know why, or I don't have all the answers, but I know I have a knowing, an inner knowing. And so I'm going to move forward in this and trusting and opening to God. He's the center and he's leading and guiding me. He is my guide. He is my guidance. So this is how you want to look at relationships when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your business relationships, when it comes to any relationship you may have. You want to be careful to stay in the middle. Don't be so open and desperate, just out there trusting everybody. Don't be guarded and closed and fearful. I'm afraid of love. I don't trust myself. I can't do, You want to be in the middle. In the middle. And I'm going to show you how this has an impact on your financial life. Yes, relationships have a big impact on your financial success. So, success in finances. All right. So I'm going to draw this pie chart. All right. This represents 15%. This represents 85%. So, studies have shown 15% of your financial success has to do with your technical ability. 85% of your financial success has to do with your ability to get along with others. So your financial success has a lot to do with your ability to get along with others. When it comes to you getting a promotion, a raise at work, it's more about how you get along with the people than it is about how well you do the work. It's just reality. When it comes to growing in your business, it's more about how well you get along with your customers and the people you serve. It's more about that than it is about how well you do what you do. Success in your finances has a lot. 85% is how you get along with people. So you want to keep that in mind when it comes to relationships. And when you tell yourself, I don't need anybody, I don't have to be in a relationship, I don't have to get along with people, I'm just going to do me, I'm going to just do my... It doesn't work like that. Really, it's really about you having healthy relationships. And you really want to strive for healthy relationships. And even if you feel like, oh, I have healthy relationships right now, there's always room to grow. And I told you guys this at the last video. Never limit your growth because of where you are right now. There's so many ways and there's so much room for you to get better. All right? All right. So I wanna get into just our health, wealth, and our love life challenge. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been pouring into. This is what we've been striving for and wanting to grow. And when I think about just the big overview and how to make it all happen, how to really step up and rise up in your higher self and your better self and your health and your wealth and your love life, and how to really operate in it and just become that person you know you were created to be, and no longer be stuck in a depressing state, in a sad state, in a down state, in an unhealthy state, and just rise up, and even financially, and begin to be more independent financially and a better manager over your resources. So I'm gonna share just some things that I had to do in order to get into that place in my life. One of the things I had to do, and one of the things it's gonna require you to do, is gonna require accountability and mentorship. It's going to require you to step up and to connect yourself with the positive people, with the powerful people that's going to help you to become that person you know you were created to be. So what did I do? I had to surround myself with mentors. I have several spiritual mentors. I have about 3 business mentors. I have a fitness and health trainer and coach who mentors me, who I'm talking to based on a daily basis. And so the more I invested in myself, the more I grew, the more, and I continue to invest in myself. And really, I said it, like, I think I mentioned that the best investment you can give is the investment of yourself. The best investment is investing in yourself. And so really, once I began to invest in myself, and invest in myself more than I invest in anything else, any business or anything, investing in myself, it impacts every area of my life. And so I want you to understand and get this in your mind, that your growth is going to require you to invest in yourself. It's going to require you to have better relationships and to surround yourself with positive people. I don't know if you know this or not, but statistics show that the top 5 people that you spend most of your time with have the greatest impact on your life. They have the greatest impact on your finances. They have the greatest impact on your love life, and they have the greatest impact on your health. So pay attention. Are those top 5 people, are they healthy in their own lives? Are they motivated to be better and do better and be healthier? Are they motivated to get their finances in order? Are they getting their finances in order? Are they motivated to have healthy relationships? So think about this. While you're growing and you're working on growing and you're striving to get better, if you are surrounded by people who aren't willing to go that path with you, they can hold you down. And so you may be saying, well, it's hard to find positive people around me. A lot of people, they do this, they do that. This is how you do it. You get your mentors, you get your coaches, you get like you connect with like-minded people. You see people in places where you want to be, and you say, this is who I'm going to connect with. But it requires you to do that. It requires you to go that way. And really, when it comes to you getting there, you getting in that place, it requires strategy. There is a formula to having good health. There is a strategy to having great finances and financial success. There is a strategy. There is a strategy to having healthy relationships. But if you don't know the strategy, if all you know is what you've seen in the past, if all you know is what's around you and what you were raised in, and you never go beyond that, how can you really grow? So, there's a step-by-step detailed plan and strategy for all of that. And so that's part of you getting to that place. It requires more. And so, years ago, I had to make up in my mind that I could not figure this out on my own. Because a lot of people think, well, I'll just figure it out on my own. I'll just read books. I'll just go here. I'll just do that. No, I had to say no. I need the right people in my life. I need somebody that has walked this path to mentor me, to coach me, to show me how to do it. I just had to figure it out. And I had to say, okay, that's it. I'm not trying to figure it out on my own anymore. I'm not trying to make my own decisions anymore. I'm not trying to pretend that I got it all figured out and I can handle it. Because I had all this confidence. But the truth was, I needed accountability. And we all do. We all do. That doesn't make you a weak person because you need accountability. It just makes you even stronger. It makes you even better, even greater. So it's going to require you getting to that place. It's going to require a consistency and motivation and inspiration. And it's something that's going to be required every day. That you're going to have to pour into every day is going to be required that you are motivated. Just like every day you got to wake up and shower and freshen up yourself. Every day you got to freshen your mind. Every day you got to build your spirit. Every day you got to exercise. You got to strengthen your body. It's a daily requirement. So in that consistency, you being motivated to transform and to really get it done, is going to require you to realize, okay, I got to do it. I got to do what it takes. I got to go after it. I can no longer limit myself. I can no longer make excuses. I can no longer hold myself back. I can no longer allow my situation to be my excuse. I can no longer doubt and hold myself back from believing that I am capable of doing it, because I know if God placed that desire in me, it is for me to do. And that's how you got to be. When you know God has called you to something and he's placed the desire in you, that's all it takes. So now, okay, you listen to this video, you're getting it, and you really feeling this tug, like it's time for me to transform my life. It's time for me to make the change. And I want you to jump on board and be like, okay, I'm ready. And I'm with you. I want to be on that board with you. I want to jump on that board with you and say, let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's do this together. You know what? I'm excited because I got another video for you. And this is a really, really good video. I really want you to make sure that you watch this video, because this video is going to be a limited offer that I'm going to give. And I'm just super excited about this offer. You don't want to miss this next video, because if you're ready to take your transformation to the next level, if you're ready to really go where you know you are going in 2019 and beyond, then you want to go ahead and let's make it happen. You want to go ahead and let's get started. So make sure you watch this next video, because I'm going to share an offer with you. It's a limited offer, but I even just making sure that everything you are learning, you are applying, and you're getting excited. I want you to get excited about it, because this information is to prepare you for even greater, even bigger, even powerful. I mean, going beyond your current imagination. When I tell you beyond what you thought, you can't even conceive it. It will blow your mind away. This is where you're headed. This is where you're going in your life. And you're no longer going to be held back by excuses. You're no longer going to be held back by the naysayers and the people who don't believe in you and the people who doubted you and the people who said you couldn't do it and the people who looked down on you because they never saw the greatness that was in you. But you knew it was there, but you hid it at times because nobody else seen it and nobody believed in it, but God showed it to you. So this is where you're going. You're headed for greatness, for transformation. So don't forget to watch the next video. Make sure that you open your emails, that you watch it. I want you to do this before we get off. I want you to write in the comment section. I want you to write how important it is for you to transform your life. How important is this to you? Is this important? Does this determine your legacy? Are you thinking about your children? Are you thinking about your purpose? Are you thinking about your legacy? Are you thinking about what you are leaving on this earth? How important is this to go to that next level of transformation in your life? I just want to hear from you. I want to read your comments. And I'm not able to contact everyone after every comment, but just know I'm praying. Everything you declare and you write down, I'm praying over it, and I'm believing that we're standing together in this and we're going to make it happen. So I want to just encourage you. First of all, I want to celebrate and congratulate you for getting to this third video. And I mean, keep going. We got another one that's coming you don't want to miss. So make sure you open up that next video and watch the next one. And I'll see you next time. Remember to continue to prosper and thrive in your health, wealth, and love life. See you next time.